I hope that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on reasons and support. And before we start with our lesson, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 4, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of reasons and support. All right. So our chapter is reasons and support. Our subject is English language arts, grade 4. And the lessons that we are focusing on is to choose reasons to support an opinion and to identify supporting details in literary text. Right? So we are going to choose reasons to support an opinion and to identify supporting details in literary texts. And in our previous lesson, we did opinions, right? So this is basically going to be almost like a lesson that is going to continue on the lesson on opinions, right? And we said opinions is basically your belief, what you feel, what you think, right, about something. That is an opinion. With an opinion, it's not like we can say there is actual facts, right? Because this is how I feel about something. This is what I think about something. So it's not like we can go to the internet and go and check that it is true or not. So it's about something that you believe, something that you think, or something that you feel, right? That is an opinion. So now today's lesson we are doing reasons to support, and we're going to choose reasons to support an opinion. An opinion is something that you believe, think, or feel. That is an opinion. All right. So when you write, so when we are writing, right, or when you write, it is helpful to give reasons to support your opinion. So when you write, then it's helpful to give reasons to support your opinion. And we said an opinion, right? It is something that you believe, something that you think, or something that you feel. That is an opinion. This is what I think. So if they ask you for your opinion, most likely your opinion cannot be wrong because this is what I feel, think, or believe. The only time somebody, like maybe your teacher, can mark your opinion wrong is if your opinion is not related to the question or the text that is being asked. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? All right. Who am I speaking to soft or you cannot hear at all? All right. So once again, we said an opinion, right? Or when we write, it is helpful to give reasons to support your opinion, right? Because remember, if you also stating why you believe or think or feel that something is either true or you're stating your reason, you're basically telling us why you believe this thing, think this thing, or feel this thing. You need to give us you need to also give us reasons as to why you say or why you believe something is true, why you think about this thing, and why you feel this way. And it is helpful to give reasons. You need to give reasons about your opinion, and that is basically to support your opinion. Reasons to support your opinion, so that we can know why you believe it's true, why you think like that, and why you feel the way you are doing. Who else cannot hear me? Is guys, can you hear me, or is it like only one person who cannot hear me? Should I speak louder? Right? So you also can't hear me. I feel I'm literally in front of the microphone and it's on loud. All right. Please just stop me during the session if you cannot hear me, right? All right. So it says good reasons should explain why you believe, think, or feel the way you do, right? And it's like Priyan says, hamsters are the best pets because you don't have to walk them. That is Priyan's opinion, right? But then somebody else is going to say something different, right? And you need to also state the reason to support your opinion, right? So you need to basically tell us why you believe, think, or feel the way you do. Same with cats, right? Why do you feel like cats is the best pets, right? So basically, our opinions, right? It is something that you believe, that you think, or that you feel. And good reasons, right? You need to give reasons as to why you feel, you believe, or think this way, because good reasons should explain why you believe, feel, or think this way, right? All right. So if we're going to look at an example, right? We're going to look at an example. Here we have an opinion. It says Sam's parents should let him get a dog. So that is an opinion. It's like somebody saying that Sam's parents should let him get a dog, right? And now, if we look at possible reasons as to why we think that Sam's parents should let him get a dog, the first reason is the first reason is a pet would be a friend for Sam, and which is the truth, because pets, they basically are it's basically a friend. You need to take care of them, you love them, right? So at the end of the day, they become your best friend, right? Because they even must also understand with pets, pets don't get angry that quick, right? So which means that they will show you genuine love. They are excited when you come home from school, right? That is basically our pets. So a pet would be a friend for Sam. And if we look at a reason as to why we would say that a pet would be a friend for Sam, this explains why the writer believes that Sam should be allowed to get a dog. So this is the writer basically explains to us that Sam needs to get a dog because the dog would, or the pet basically would be a friend for Sam, right? So that is basically one of the reasons to support the opinion, right? And remember, the opinion is Sam's parents should let him get a dog. Yes, he would not be lonely. That is also another reason as to why he should get a pet. Another reason, right, as to why Sam's parents should let him get a dog, it says dogs can cost a lot of money to keep, right? So basically it can cost a lot of money to keep a dog. So now this is another reason, right? As to why you should get a dog or should not get a dog, right? Because it costs a lot of money to keep. This explains why Sam should not be allowed to get a dog. So this reason does not support the opinion, right? Because the opinion says that he needs to or he should get a dog, right? But now they are saying that having a dog, it costs a lot of money to keep, right? Which means that this goes against the opinion as to why Pete should get a dog. Sam should get a pet, right? That is almost like saying like, no, he shouldn't get a pet because it is a lot of money. It's expensive. And then it says different dog breeds have different personalities, right? And this only tells readers something about dogs. It does not explain why Sam should be allowed or not allowed to get a pet, right? So this reason does not support the opinion. So which means that three reasons were given to us, right? Three reasons were given to us. One, which basically supports as to why Sam should get a dog. And the second one supports as to why they think you shouldn't because it's expensive. And then the third reason did not even make sense, right? Because they didn't talk about reasons to get a dog, they just spoke about personalities of specific dogs. All right. So basically, if we look at the reasons, right, the best possible reason that basically supports Sam's parents should let him get a dog is that a pet would be a friend for Sam. So basically this reason supports as to why Sam should be allowed to get a dog, right? All right. Now it says when you make a statement about a literary text, right? If you make a statement about a text, you should include details from the text to support your statement, right? And these details are sometimes called evidence. Remember, we said also with opinions, right, we have facts. And with facts, right, facts are something that basically, if you go to the internet, then it needs to agree that, okay, this that I'm saying is the truth, right? And there needs to be evidence to support the fact that this is what you're saying and it is true. So when we make a statement about the literary text, then you should include details from the text to support your statement. And the details are sometimes called evidence. You need to show your evidence. Guys, can all of us just not comment on things other than work and let us just be respectful and mindful of one another? All right. So basically, we need details to support what we are saying, and that is called evidence. So now, for example, if we give an example, it says if you make a statement about a character's feelings, right, then you can support it with a detail. So if we make a statement and the statement says Chad was excited for his guest to arrive at his birthday party, right? If someone is excited, right, for his guest to arrive at his birthday party, right, then one of the details can be Chad couldn't sit still. He kept getting up to check for new guests. Why? Because he was excited, right? Because it is his birthday and he wanted all of his friends to be there, right? He wanted everybody to show up. And that is why he constantly got up to check who else arrived or who is still coming, right? So which means that him being excited, it supports, or it's basically evidence that shows that Chad was excited for his guests to arrive at his birthday party, right? Him getting up all the time, him checking all the time. That means that he was excited for his guests to arrive at his birthday party. That is evidence enough, right? All right, so we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So we are going to aplusstudents.ca. And we said our chapter is reasons and support. So we're going to the first lesson, which is to choose reasons to support your opinion. Guys, can everybody just stop it, please? Otherwise, I'm going to report everybody that is commenting, everybody that is saying something other than the work that we are doing here. Can everybody please stop? Everyone. Otherwise, I'm going to block everybody's chats. Everybody's. All right, so if we look at the opinions, it says people read the opinions below. We need to read the opinions below. All right, if we look at the reason or we read the opinion below, it says people ought to stop spending money on things they don't need, right? If you look at the sentence like that, people ought to stop spending money on the things that they need. What do you think can be a reason to best support your opinion? Why do you think people should stop spending money on things that they don't need? Why should people stop spending money on things that they don't need? So if we look at the opinion, right, it says people ought to stop spending money on things they don't need. If you hear somebody saying that people need to stop spending money on things that they don't need, what do you think can be the reason for that saying? All right. And if we look at a reason to support as to why people ought to stop spending money on things that they don't need, then it can be because people need to or will be able to save more money for the future. So if people stop spending money on things that they don't need, then it means that way they will be able to save more money for the future. Guys, yes, people would save money. So that says people would save money. Yes, some. Is it Simran? Simran. It says people would be able to save more money for the future. That is if they ought to stop spending as much money as they do. All right, if we look at the next opinion, right? If we look at the next opinion, it says parents should not have pools in their yards. Why do you think that is the why do you think people are saying that? What is a reason? Can you give a reason to support why you think somebody's saying that people shouldn't have pools in the yard? So why do you think people are saying that you shouldn't have pools in your yard? All right. And yeah, that is true, right? Because having a pool in your yard, if it is not like, if you don't have a fence around it or anything, then pools can be dangerous and you can drown. Yes. Yes, pools are very dangerous and you can drown. So that is basically your reason and an opinion as to why you say so, and that is true, right? It's very dangerous for young children, especially if the young ones cannot swim. So manners are important. Manners are important. Why do you think people would say that manners are important? All right. So basically, it says manners are important. Why do you think manners are important? Like behavior, good manners. Why do you think it's important to have good manners? Why do you think good manners are important to have? All right. So basically, if you need to have good, or the reason as to why you need to have good manners, right? Remember, good manners, it's not it shouldn't just be something that you need to have in front of your parents, right? But good manners are important because it basically is a way of you showing respect to other people. So having good manners, it shows respect to other people, right? All right. Let's go to our test. Guys, you are talking about everything else other than the work that we are doing. Stop Bernice also with all the whys. I'm going to block some people now. All right, so you need to read the opinion below. It says young people should not play video games. Young people should not play video games. We need to select the reason that best supports this opinion. Why do you think people says or someone says that young people should not play video games? Is it option one, some video games are used to train soldiers? Or option two, some video games contain a lot of disturbing scenes? What is the reason for this opinion that young people should not play video games? All right, so we can then say that some video games it contains a lot of disturbing scenes, right? And that is true. So the second option is correct. So well done. Yes, it contains a lot of disturbing scenes. The next one says, the next opinion says, it would be great to be famous. It would be great to be famous. What do you think is the reason and as to why someone is saying that? It would be great to be famous. Is it because famous people are often treated better than non-famous people are? Or famous people are not able to lead private lives? This person says it would be great to be famous. So they want to be famous. But why? Is it because famous people are often treated better than non famous people? Or famous people are not able to lead private lives? Option one or option two? The opinion is it would be great to be famous. So, which means that this person wants to be famous, right? But now you need to select a reason as to best support why he wants to be famous, right? Is it because famous people are often treated better than non famous people are? Or famous people are not able to lead private lives? Bernice, please stop it. Gosh. All right. So we're going with the first one, right? He wants to be famous because famous people are, they're saying he's being treated way better than non-famous people, right? The next opinion says people should not keep pets inside their homes. So people should not keep pets inside their homes, meaning the pets needs to go outside or sleep outside. So pets should not sleep at pets should be kept outside. Should pets should not keep People should not keep pets inside their homes, right? And we need to select the reason that best supports this opinion. Is it because pets can serve as companions for older people, or pets can be very messy and can damage furniture? So pets should not should people should not keep pets inside their homes, right? If we select the opinion, right, to support what that person is saying, is it because pets can serve as a companion for older people, or pets can be very messy and can damage furnitures? So, which one best supports the opinion? Option one or option two? All right. So, people should not keep pets inside the house. And the reason that pet supports this opinion is because pets can be very messy and can damage furniture. So, option two is correct. So, well done, everybody. Every student in our school should have an after school job. Do you think that you should have an after school job? It says every student in our school should have an after school job. We need to select the reason that best supports this opinion. Is it because having a job allows students to earn their own money? Or option two, having a job takes time away from the classwork and studying? All right, then if we choose the correct one that best supports the opinion, then it's because having a job can allow you to have your own money. So well done. The government should protect our national parks by not allowing so many visitors. So the government should protect our national parks by not allowing so many visitors. We now need to select the reason that best supports this opinion, right? Is it because our national parks are managed by National Park Service, or visitors often leave trash behind after they leave the parks? So our national parks are managed by the National Park Service, or visitors, they often leave trash behind after they leave the parks. It says the government should protect our national park by not allowing many visitors. right? Is the reason for this person saying it because our national parks are managed by National Park Services? Or option two, visitors often leave trash behind after they leave the parks? All right. So we can then say that visitors they often leave trash behind after they leave the parks, which is option two, right? Now we're going to identify supporting details in the literary texts. And we said that when you make a statement about a literary text, you should include details from the text to support your statement, right? And this details we sometimes call evidence, right? So it's the same as you having facts. With facts, we have evidence. So, for example, if you make a statement about a character's feeling, then it means that you can support it with details, right? Meaning that you're also going to show evidence. So, statement as well as details, and the details can be evidence. So, the statement is Chad was excited for his guests to arrive at his birthday party. So, Chad was excited for his guests to arrive at his birthday party. And the details or evidence is it's because Chad couldn't sit still. He kept getting up to check for his new guests. And what does that specifically mean? Right? When you constantly get up to check for your guests, it means that you are excited. It's showing signs of excitement, right? So which means that it's like you cannot wait for your friends or your guests to arrive. All right, so now we're going to our test where we're going to identify supporting details in the text. We need to select the details that best shows Stanley will be away from home for a long time. So we need to select the detail or the evidence that best shows Stanley will be away from home for a long time. All right, so it says Stanley was sitting about 10 rows handcuffed to his arm rest. His backpack lay on the seat next to him. It contained his toothbrush, toothpaste, and a box of stationery his mother had given him. He'd promised to write to her at least once a week. So if we look at the details, right? What shows that Sadie will be away from home for a long time? Is it because it contained his toothbrush, toothpaste, and a box of stationery his mother had given him, or he'd promised to write to her at least once a week? So we need to say what will show that he will be away for a long time. Is it because it contained his toothbrush, toothpaste, and a box of stationery his mom had given him? Or is it because he'd promised to write to her at least once a week? All right, if we look at that, it is not the second option. It's actually the first option because he packed his toothbrush, his toothpaste, and a box of stationery. That shows that he will be gone for a long time. So the first option is correct. In the following text, right, a cat named Snowbell is talking with Stuart Little, which is a mouse. We need to select the detail that best shows Snowbell is trying to scare Stuart Little. I should think you'd get all the exercise you want up there in the bathroom, banging around, waking all the rest of us up trying to get that water started so you can brush your teeth. Your teeth aren't really big enough to brush anyway. Want to see a good set? Look at mine. Very nice, said Stuart Little, but mine are all right too, even though they are small. So we need to select the details that best shows Snowbell is trying to scare Stuart Little. Is it because he says your teeth aren't really big enough to brush anyway? Or is it because it says want to see a good set? Look at mine. All right. We can say it's because your teeth aren't big enough to brush anyway. So it's basically them comparing big each other's teeth, right? Oh, you want to see a good sit. Look at mine. I don't know what is so scary about that. I'm not sure about you. All right, it is now, okay, it's now basically quarter to. All right, so we spoke about reasons and support, and reasons and support, it basically linked with our lesson that we did in our previous lesson on opinions, right? And we said we had to choose reasons to support an opinion. And remember, an opinion is something that you believe, think, or what you feel, right? And with an opinion, right, you need to also give a reason or details as to why you basically say that whatever you are saying is true. Why do you believe, think, or feel that this is true, right? All right, so grade four, this is the end of our lesson on reasons and support. Thank you very much for joining the class. I really hope you're going to have a good evening further. Goodbye.